Hey guys, we're back on more Minecraft today. It's Cajun Cactus here, and you can see that my wheat farm grew a little bit. Um, I'm trying to make it like aesthetic and functional, I guess, but mostly aesthetic, and I plan on eventually covering most of this landscape up until about the top of that hill right there with wheat, just to make it look like a, I don't know, fancy giant wheat field, I guess. And then put a path, I don't know, somewhere around here, because I have that entrance that I wanted to build, like right below us here, I think it is. Well, yeah, it's in between here. I wanted to build that gate, and I'll get to that later. But yeah, but the wheat farm isn't the big unveiling. The big one is I put the roof on the storage keep. And do I have any food? I do have food. Okay. Yeah, I got the roof on the storage keep, and I also did a lot of the inside, like making it look better and stuff. And I want to show you that before we actually get to today's project. And that is also not today's project. I was just laying out the groundwork for the spawning towers for the mobs. And the top of that dirt block there is the minimum height that I can start building the spawning platforms at, because it drops. I think I have that at 14, and then it's 10 underground a little. So yeah, mobs have to drop 24 blocks if you didn't know for them to die. So yeah, and I didn't want to build the tower too high because I need to have more than one spawning pad per tower, or else it's gonna be very inefficient. Oh yeah, and there's this. I spent a lot of time lighting up caves just so that when I do get around to building the spawning towers that, you know, it has at least semi-decent, I'm dropping the frames, so that it has an at least semi-decent, spawn rate. And then I also, on the outside of the keep really quick, before I head on in, I plan on swapping these pumpkins out with redstone lamps when I get around to it, because there's one on the inside too, right there. So yeah, light the lamps, because it was really dark in here without them in there. But yeah, I did a lot on the inside here. I still don't have it filled up with chests yet, but I think it's looking pretty good, because I went and I took the wooden pillars here and I arched them out a little bit. I also put a border around the top which matches the border on the bottom. I took this one straight up and I removed the center stair here and plan on putting redstone lamps just so it's a little brighter over here. Hung a chandelier from the center, and I connected these two here and arched them up, and I think it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Yeah. And as I stated, all of the jack-o'-lanterns in here are going to be swapped out with redstone lamps, which now I can probably get around to doing really soon because I have diamonds now. Not very many, but enough to get to the nether at least. So yeah. And I also, I guess, I have this over here, but I can't get to doing this project yet because I don't have enough stone bricks, or, well, building materials in general to actually do the tower. So that's where today's project comes in. Today we are going to be building a furnace room. Yeah, and I had toyed with the idea of building it into the side of the mountain here, this mountain to be exact. And the reason I'm doing a furnace room now is so that I can bulk smelt smooth stone or cobblestone into smooth stone and then make stone bricks, so that it'll make a acquiring the stone bricks for the towers, because there's going to be 2 of them. That's the width set out for the second one. I'm going to have to do a lot of terraforming over here so that it's not floating, because I want them both to be, I want the bases of both of them to be at the same level. So yeah, and that's where the base of the tower is going to be. So I need to terraform that over into the same level, which is going to take quite a bit of work. But I have acquired a lot of dirt digging out the side of that hill there to fit that tower in. So yeah, we're gonna jump on over to the actual project for today, because yeah, I have nothing else to say. And I also started building path. Just, that's not really important, but it goes straight out to the wheat farm, and I was gonna get to that later, and I will get to that later. So yeah, I decided to put the furnace room, since I thought about it, and this doorway right here for the storage keep, I feel like it wouldn't normally be used very much just because of how close it is to this mountain here, and I don't see myself coming to this door very often, so I decided to actually give it purpose and decided to put the furnace room into the side of the mountain like I had thought, and up a little bit, and it's going to be right here on this side so that I can build a path up and in. And yeah, I have some of it worked out. I have a lot of carving to do on this wall. I need to push it back about 4 blocks and build it up about 4 blocks, and yeah, so, and this, I had made another tower. Oh my gosh, of course I did. I had built, or I have built, another tower, partially. It's not completely done, just so that the furnace room here can have, I don't know, have an overlook, I guess, out of the side of the mountain. I need to do something about that. That's really ugly, and I need to do something. And I don't know when I'm going to get around to building the gate either, but all in due time. I'm going to climb back up, and I'm going to get on carving out what I need here. So I will be back in a, well, I'm not going to be back up. I'll just speed that up, I guess. So yeah, here we go. Alright guys, we're back, and you might be wondering why I actually went out and carved so much of this out. It doesn't really seem necessary right now, but the plan is eventually when I get the resources, because I have quite a bit of iron, but I'm really shy of what I need for this. I'm going to make this thing fully automatic, and self-feeding, you know, self-storing too, So I'm going to link up hoppers on the bottom so that it takes the items out when they're cooked and distributes them into a chest. I'm also going to put hoppers on the top so it feeds the furnace here with fuel, and more hoppers on the top so that it feeds, or put hoppers in the back. If you put hoppers in the back of a furnace, it feeds the fuel supply. If you put hoppers on the top, it feeds the top supply, which you're going to smelt, and when you put it on the bottom, it draws items out of the smelted area. So yeah, it's possible to make them fully automatic, which I plan on doing when I get enough resources for it. But as of right now, I do not have enough iron, because it's going to require at least 6 hoppers per furnace, which, let me do the math really quick, is about 90 hoppers, and I don't have the iron for that yet. So yeah, that's a little time off, but for now I need the furnaces, so I'm gonna go ahead and build as much of it as I can right now. Or I'm gonna lay down the furnace and build the facade front so that I can get it looking pretty good before I need to do anything else with it. Yeah, I'm going to be keeping the same design that I've been doing too, because I like the wood and stone brick, or the oak wood, stone brick, and the spruce planks and stuff. I like that design, so I'm going to be keeping that. So yeah, hopefully I have enough resources here. I have quite a few stone brick, or quite a bit of stone brick. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this. I never actually laid out a design, which is not a good idea. But I'm thinking that I want to front it with stone brick stairs. It's an odd number, so I can, you know what? I want to front it like this. And then stone brick stairs. Yeah, I think that'll work good. And you can go away. So, what else do I want? Because I'm gonna need to push this wall back a little bit. That'll do off camera, because you've seen enough of me just randomly, you know, randomly building. I think I'm gonna, do I want to equal it on top, or do I want to alternate it? I think I want to equal it on top and see what it does. I'll cut back in a little bit when I decide what I want to do exactly. There's a zombie. Alright, I'll show you what it looks like when I get this part done. Alright guys, we're back, and I did quite a bit of work trying to make it look good. Fortunately, I think I'm gonna have to shift things around just a little bit because it's uneven and it's really bugging me, but if that's gonna happen, I'm gonna do it off camera. So yeah, this is still open because I need to find a way to cover it without blocking the redstone that needs to go in there. So this is still in work in progress. I think it feels cramped as it is, but I think I'm going to need to shift this one up to 1 or 2, just so it evens out with that wall there. I think it's 2 that I'm going to need to shift this forward, which is fine, I guess. And I have this same thing going, the arched wood, as I did inside there. So I like how that looks, and I like how this wall looks, but yeah, I think I'm going to have to shift it to this way, just so it evens out with the door to the tower here, excuse me. And speaking of the tower, I want to finish this up really quick before we go for the day. just so that I have something done and feel kind of accomplished. I'm gonna need this. Hopefully I have enough wood. So yeah, I need, hold on, I'm gonna need 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep, I have enough wood. Alright, so I can finish this up for the day. Actually not. I lied. Because I'm going to need to carve out this part of the hill here and put the bottom in. But, oh well, I'll do that off camera as well. Because a lot of building tends to end up off camera when you think about it, right? Okay. And we're going to need this, and then up, and then this, and then up, and then up. And what am I going to do about this? Okay. You know what? I'm going to actually need more wood. Because, hold on, get rid of that. Because I'm going to need to actually do this like a corner piece. Oops, didn't think that through. Oh well. I'll get as much of this done as possible and take a look at it, and hopefully it looks decent. Because I'm not going to be able to or I don't really want to have to redo this. Yeah. There. Alright, let's hop down and take a look at it before we go. Yeah, I can tell that it's missing that, but otherwise I think it looks decent enough. I don't know, maybe it's a little too strong on the wood right there. I need to break that up with something. It looks too pinstripey, in my opinion. Otherwise, I think it's looking decent. Yeah, maybe I'll put another redstone like lamp just to break up this, because that certainly needs to break up. But anyways, I think that's it we have for today. I'm gonna call it, and as always, I've been Cajun Cactus, and I'm out. See you guys next time. Peace, dudes.